Hi, my name's Seth, and welcome to my 12th house series. So, I'm going to be taking this time to talk about a specific sign in the 12th house. If you don't really understand what the 12th house is, if you don't understand a lot about that sign, if you don't actually know what sign is in your 12th house, I put a few links right up here to give you guys some references on where to look and where to find this information. Then come back to the series and look at specifically what's going on in your 12th house and engage with me on what that means to you and what that means for what you're trying to do in this world. Hey everybody, my name's Seth, and today I want to talk about Sagittarius in the 12th house. With Sagittarius in your 12th house, you have a Capricorn Ascendant. This Ascendant acts as almost not so much like Aries, as Aries creates a tunnel vision. Capricorn kind of creates a peephole effect where you want to be able to have a door there that you can always open when ready, but a peephole so you can look through and see who it is that's knocking at your door. Who wants to get to know you? Who are these people? And you want to be able to inspect them before they can inspect you. That door is very strictly locked. There's a lot of chains and pullovers and a lot of to do to get this door unlocked and opened to let other people in. But you want to be able to see who's knocking at your door, ultimately. And from the outside looking in, someone sees a very barricaded door. They see a door that's well made. They see a lot of locks. They see someone who is strong. They see the house that you built for yourself. They see all these things. And they see that the white picket fence. They see the nice green mowed, freshly cut grass. They see the fresh coat of paint. They see that you took care of your home. You took care of what you have. And they come up and they knock on the door and they realize with all these locks that you're not approachable. You're not the one who's going to be open with them. But they see you're successful. That's usually what happens with a basic Capricorn Ascendant. Relative to your 12th house, the fear associated with your 12th house energy is now a self-fulfilling prophecy. Sagittarius has a fear of being fenced in, of not having freedom, of not having space, never really truly being able to grow if there are limits. You are your limits. You are fulfilling this fear. Sagittarius wants to have freedom. You're afraid of freedom. You're afraid of the failures that freedom hold. You're afraid of the structurelessness that freedom can provide, the anarchy that freedom ultimately will create. There's a need for structure. You understand that better than anyone. But your fears are of being fenced in. You also have a strong fear of failure because of that Capricorn Ascendant. But truly, your fear is of being fenced in. And that fear is being pushed onto you by your own life choices. You are most likely who's trapping you. You are who you're afraid of. This trapped, constrained person who only can grow in so many directions, who can't really achieve happiness. Because Sagittarius wants happiness out of growth and perfection of skill and perfection of outlook. Where Capricorn wants perfection of talent, perfection of monetary growth, of monetary strength, of defense. These aren't the sort of things that Sagittarius pay attention to. And if you choose to ignore what Sagittarius pays attention to, you'll always find that there are big dreams you hold inside that you put yourself down for. You might want to go do something that might not make you a ton of money, or you know a way that it could make you a ton of money, but if you fail, you suck. But there are some big risks out there that you want to take. And that ascendant is giving you the feeling that you're stupid for wanting to, or that you should not be putting yourself in scenarios where risk is higher than profit. When you're comfortable or alone, you show the beauty of the balance that can happen between Capricorn and Sagittarius. When comfortable or alone, you become more humorous. You let go a little bit. You let yourself explore philosophies, most likely on a mental level first. You'll want to plan for doing something. You might make a lot of plans and pretend you're going to do it. And look at how much would it cost to do this? What exactly do I need to achieve? What these little things that I keep in the back of my head that I don't tell anybody about? What do I actually have to do to get there? You explore your dreams. You explore your passions. You explore your goals that are not physically oriented. Or to you, reality oriented. You start to let yourself be a little more free from the inside out. You start to let yourself be the butt of a joke every once in a while. You start to let yourself joke every once in a while, in a way that feels good, not in a way that is what do they call it? Self-discriminating or something like that? Yeah, not like that. Once you start to build a sort of confidence within your dreams, once you start to create a system and ways and believe in your system and believe in your ways and be willing to take a risk to find out if they're worth their beliefs, these little ideas that you've broken off that are just pieces of your big dream that seem achievable. You will break your dreams down to achievable pieces. The problem is you will not go for them 9 times out of 10. You need to start going for them. You need to start taking risk. Be willing to fail no matter who's around and pick yourself back up. With a Capricorn Ascendant, you know that you don't die from failing because nobody's perfect and you have been forced to fail. Early in life, people may have mocked you for it. It may have been a joke to them. They may not have been able to realize that it's something that would scar you. Like these things that hurt your feelings are now walls because you're never going to deal with them with this Capricorn Ascendant. Sagittarius doesn't want to really deal with them either on a mental level. Sagittarius wants to rid themselves of the negative energy by pushing through to the positive parts of life. Capricorn wants to hold on to that negative energy, utilize it as if it's gas in a car. That's not healthy for you. Not with Sagittarius in your 12th house. With Gemini in your 6th house, it almost acts as an enabler to your Capricorn Ascendant because there's a need for, but it also adds balance. Because there's a need for variety. There's a need for a juggling of ideas and ways of working and what do you like to do. You might have 2 jobs. You might have 2 professions. You might have a skill that you put up there on the same scale as you would put your job. Like you put as much effort into both. You feel like they're both as useful, even though you're not making money at the other one, or maybe you just don't know how to make money at it yet. Either way, there needs to be a little bit of more, a little bit of something. It's not going to be that whole stick it to itness that Capricorn suns and moons really have, where it's just like, I need to stick to this and really, really stick to this and not change my mind and not do anything else and delegate everything else so I can focus. There's a need for multiple focus points with Gemini in your 6th house. The issue, and I say that it acts as an enabler, is because Gemini likes to work. Gemini likes having things to do, sit down, do a puzzle, sit down, type a paper, sit down, do the things that they need to do to get their job done. They like to use their hands and utilize their talents. Gemini doesn't necessarily want to go far. Gemini likes to explore, but they don't like risk. Gemini are outgoing, but they're not confident. There is still a very, very strong affect of fear coming from your ascendant. Gemini will support that fear by keeping you busy doing other things, by keeping you busy doing other things that seem useful. And what seems useful to you has nothing to do with your 12th house, if you're not conscious. Sagittarius will ask you to go far, to go out of your comfort zone. Gemini does not need to go and does not want to go out of their comfort zone. It will help keep you in your own neighborhood, in the places that you can relate with. Utilizing the balance between your 6th and your 12th house means that you let Gemini help you explore the idea of going farther, and then help Sagittarius bring you there. They're both mutable. You work in a state of mutable energy. If you put yourself outside of your comfort zone, where you're no longer relying on your 4th and 10th house, your 1st and 7th house, your 1st and your 4th house being things that keep you grounded and feeling like you're familiar. Your 6th house is the work it takes to establish yourself anywhere, to survive anywhere. You have Gemini there. You can survive anywhere. You have Sagittarius in your 12th house. You will meet like-minded people, diverse people that you can find something to relate with. You'll be able to communicate with them easily because Gemini is not locked away from you. Sagittarius is. So you will immediately be able to exchange ideas and get something out of it and feel like you're building some type of connection. And if you embrace that balance again and you're outside of your comfort zone, you're going to take something from that experience. And it's going to change who you are on the inside and your philosophies on life. And you'll start to find a balance between your emotions and your strengths when it comes to your 1st house and your 7th. Because your ascendant is now being challenged by the experiences of the balances between your 12th and your 6th house. So lastly, when you are drunk, you get to let yourself go. You dance, you party, you don't look back. And you do whatever needs to be done to have a good time. It's not work to you, it's just whatever it is, whatever it needs to be, that's what it's gonna be. You might start to get lucky, you know what I mean? Get with the guy or girl that you like, play a game and win and start to see that like, wow, like, you know, things can go good sometimes. Things can be fun. Things cannot have structure, or at least we can think of structure and not actually have to fulfill it like Sagittarius like to do, and things will still be okay. You will regret it in the morning though. Not for good reason, but you will. And you'll beat yourself up for the things that might have went awry, or you consider going awry when you were in an inebriated state. But take those good experiences and most likely stick to weed instead of alcohol if you're going to really do anything. And utilize what you've learned without any chemical enhancements. Start embracing the fact that freedom is necessary, that choice is necessary, and that failure is necessary. Because all those things open you up to being able to understand life fully. Understanding life fully makes you a better person, a better worker, a better thinker. It just makes you better. And then you'll start to see why you'll like Sagittarius. Because Capricorns love being better, making themselves better. And Sagittarius is just there to teach you one more way to do it. So thanks for watching. I feel like this was a lot more like hippy dippy than my usual ones, but hopefully enjoyable. Hopefully you can take something from it, and comment if you have something to say about this. Shoot me an email if you want to have a private conversation about what we've talked about today, and subscribe. Oh, I also have a Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. All Cancer Virgo. Look me up if you're about that life. Thanks for watching.